Joe Rogan has had to call out guests live on air. It barely happens, but it still happens occasionally. Let's begin by looking at the Joe Rogan Experience, number 1125, when Candace Owens and Joe got into an argument about climate change.
But what I'm saying is that you're a very smart person, and people listen to you, and they're going to listen to you for a long time,
But this is what I hate. This is what I hate. Because then it's like, Candace, you have to have a formed opinion on everything.
No, you don't have to have a formed opinion on everything. What you do have to have is the ability to know when you don't know what the
But I just said that. I said that to you the entire time. I said this would. I said I don't believe it. And then you asked me, and I said this wouldn't be the hill I chose to die on because I don't.
Right,
I don't.
But why
follow
even
it.
say you don't believe in it?
Because I just personally, if you.
How about not have a belief until you really have looked at the
so you
data?
would prefer if my language, as opposed to admitting that I do not know this, I wouldn't die until I've never made a video, I've never made a public statement. You would have preferred if I had just started by saying, I have no opinion.
No, I don't know.
Okay.
It got even crazier when Joe Rogan decided to show actual research and call her out on her BS and said this.
That's a good question.
That's what I'm asking.
10,306 scientists to confirm over 97% of climate scientists agree, and over 97% of the scientific articles find that global warming is real and largely caused by humans. Right. So my question to you is, if you want to step outside of the scientific consensus, which is vast and involves 10,306 scientists, and just say, I don't believe in it, even if you're right, you don't have enough information to say that.
This isn't the only time Joe Rogan has argued with a guest, though. Like in the Joe Rogan Experience, number 1064, with Michaela Peterson, which was a good podcast, till they got on to the topic of exercising.
But a lot of people who are overweight and sick don't have enough energy to do that.
I don't know about that. Some of them maybe, but I think some of them just don't have discipline. There's an issue with that as well. There's also an issue with momentum. You're not used to doing it. It's not a part of your life. It's not something that you're accustomed to, pushing yourself. There's been many days where I didn't want to work out. I just didn't feel like I had the energy, and I just forced myself. And it's over, or they like to make excuses about. And they get very angry if you don't accept those excuses. And that's a sign that they're trying to enforce this standard and this idea and push it on you and give themselves an excuse. It's one of the reasons why they get angry. It's one thing if someone has a legit physical issue like you do, but there's a lot of people who do not. They just have poor diet choices, they have a sedentary lifestyle, and they have the momentum of this sedentary lifestyle that's holding them back. They're accustomed to being lazy.
Okay.
Joe tries to say that the reason some people are fat is simply because they are lazy. Then she said some people just don't have enough energy to work out, which considerably got Joe mad.
That's not true. He just didn't do it.
No, I don't believe that.
But when you say he didn't have enough energy to exercise, did he walk around?
Well, yeah, but you can drag yourself through things.
And you can drag yourself through an exercise routine. You can. But you most certainly can. You most certainly can. You don't have to do a lot. You just have to do something. You walk up hills. You jump a little rope. You take a little tiny kettlebell. You do a couple cleans and presses. You do a few push-ups. You do a few sit-ups. You get your blood pumping. You're moving. You're alive. You're exercising. To say you don't have enough energy to exercise, that's crazy. Can you walk to the refrigerator? Then you can exercise. I'm not saying that you have to run marathons. You can exercise, and everyone should exercise.
I agree. Everyone should exercise.
But don't ever say, these people are so crazy. They want you to believe, I don't have the energy to exercise. God damn it. Everyone does. If you're alive, you can exercise.
I believe that. I've been there. I know I'm a different case, but I've seen my dad there. And then here's the thing. Once he fixed up his diet, once he went to this carnivore diet, he's exercising now.
Sure, he's got less weight on his body. He feels better.
And he has energy.
That's wonderful. He could have exercised then, too. He would have felt shittier, for sure. Wouldn't have felt as good as he's feeling now. But to give people this excuse, I don't have the energy to exercise, that is crazy to say. Can you walk to the refrigerator? Yes. Well, you can exercise. You don't have to do anything crazy. Just walk around the block.
But what happens when a guest tries to be a tough guy in front of Joe Rogan and he just ends up getting clowned? This happened on the episode with Brendan Schaub and Brian Callen. It's actually a really funny episode where Brian Callen tries to put on this tough guy attitude, and Joe Rogan just calls him out for it in a really hilarious way.
Time, man. Let's leave that behind.
Did you hear what Vinny Shorman said, the hypnotist that I had on the podcast? He was talking about this guy who was 60 years old who was standing on the top of a hill, and he was looking down. He was like, well, why don't you go down? He goes, no, those guys are down there. They used to bully me in high school. He's 60. Wow. And the guys who used to bully him in high school were down. He was waiting for them to leave before he went down.
That's sad.
Whoa.
Like he was looking down.
You know what happened to me? I got bullied for a full year, and it turned me into a If somebody tried to bully me, I'll show up at your house and kill you. That's what happens. I get so angry.
I'm not buying that
hate when
even
he talks
remotely.
like that. I hate when...
Hey,
That's
bro,
not true.
You If I you try bullying me right now, mother. Hold on, let me handle this.
Here's the problem. You've talked to too many guys that let you say shit, and then it becomes like vernacular.
No,
it becomes like a
this
part
is
of the way
what
you
I
talk.
do. This is what I do. Brian, look at me.
All those
Look at me.
people that I know, all those
he's got something
people
to say.
that when I first met you, all those people you used to hang around with, those are all toxic, and they've ruined the way you're allowed to communicate with people.
No, it's true.
Because they said stupid. You said stupid.
Fucks with me, bro. Look at how what do you have to say to me,
bro? I watched a scary movie with him.
Bro, I'm gonna have to shut this podcast
not yet. Not yet. We have to hold on.
I watched a scary movie with him, and it was the most annoying thing ever.
Tell you what,
he goes,
I
fucking wish a demon would grab me, man. You know what I would do? And I'm like,
I get mad.
Why are you talking to me like this?
It's not that you get mad. It's that you hang around with people for a long time. You hung around with people that allowed you to talk like that.
No.
Without mocking you.
Who aren't tough. Who aren't tough.
Bros, listen up. I will fuck some. You bully me, bro. I don't give a UFC. I'm right at you.
I could pin you on the ground right now and put my.
Could try.
For no reason.
You could try, and guess what?
Just because it's the nice
Guess
Saturday.
what? I would fuck to your house. Bang, bang, bang.
No, you'd be dead,
Joe.
Would I?
Yep.
He needs friends like us because he gets around saying that with guys who don't know.
I can't wait to box
around with a lot of.
This isn't the only time Joe has had to call a guest out on their BS. On his podcast with Steven Crowder, the topic of weed came up. Joe Rogan, being a huge supporter of it, challenged Crowder, who had claimed in an article that only morons would want to consume marijuana.
Because that's nonsense.
No,
you
we
know,
wrote about it at better.com.
Drunk driving arrests have dropped. What do you mean you've? First of all,
no, we wrote about what the sources
first of
there,
all,
the original studies.
Just because someone gets in an accident and they're high.
See,
because hold on, stop.
No, hold on a second. This is
you
because you just
interrupt
run-
way too much.
No,
You need to stop.
You talk
hold
in
on
paragraphs.
A second. No. I don't talk in
Go
paragraphs.
ahead.
I make full points. If people are high a lot and the same amount of fatalities exist, but the people that get checked once they get into these accidents happen to be high, it does not necessarily mean that marijuana caused those fatalities. It could be that you have an increased incidence of people doing marijuana and altercations that could not have been avoided.
It could be.
It could be.
But the statistical change is measurable.
Well, what is
from
it?
pre and
You're
post.
talking about in Colorado.
In states where it's been decriminalized
Let's
or
go
legalized.
with Colorado. Pull it
So,
up, Jamie.
hold on a second. You just said, let me make my point. Again, my point is I don't care about it.
Yeah, you do.
No, I really don't.
You don't care about
here's
people
the thing.
dying?
You
You
get
son of a
No, you get
bitch.
so touchy about it because someone says, you know what, if people want to smoke up, fine. I just don't really buy the arguments that everyone is in some big conspiracy to try and snuff it out.
No, there
and
are
the
some.
idea And the idea that the drug war will end and the idea that it cures cancer. I just don't buy that. And
Well,
people
it
get
does.
so upset.
Well, listen,
That's my only point. That's why I
scientific
wouldn't talk about
studies
it.
have proven that it shrinks tumors, that it helps people with cancer. Much like turmeric, much like any things that reduce inflammation, including
Turmeric,
CBD
ginger,
oil.
tart cherry.
Right, but it's not necessarily
fighting for
a
those to be-
magical. They're all legal, and there's no issue because they're not psychoactive.
Right.
But they are beneficial. So all these things are good. Marijuana is one of the things that are good. And don't man. Just like you don't turmeric, you don't ginger, you don't